जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं। जीवन्मुक्तिप्रदं देवं क्षमापूर्णं जगद्गुरुं वन्दे परमहंसाख्यं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। आनन्दानुभवास्वादं सर्वरोगनिवारकं वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्। नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ಧ್ಯಾನಲೋಕಪ್ರದೀಪಕಂ.
ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ನಮ್ಮ ಯುಗದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಅಭೂತಪೂರ್ವ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಶಕ್ತಿ, ಅಂತಾರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಮಾಜದ ಆಂದೋಲನದ ಸಂಸ್ಥಾಪಕರು, ಆಧುನಿಕ ವೈದಿಕ ನವೋದಯದ ಪ್ರಥಮ ಅನ್ವೇಷಕ, ಪವಿತ್ರ ಊರಾದ ತಿರುವಣ್ಣಾಮಲೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಜನ್ಮ ತಾಳಿದ ಒಬ್ಬ ಯೋಗಿ, ಕೆಚ್ಚೆದೆಯ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಸಂಶೋಧಕ, ದೈವಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಮಾರ್ಗದರ್ಶಕ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ. ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಇಂದು ಪ್ರಾಚೀನ ರಹಸ್ಯಾರ್ಥ ಯೋಗ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಪಥದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಲಕ್ಷಾಂತರ ನಿಪುಣರಿಗೆ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿದಾಯಕರಾಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕತೆಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದ ಸಂಶೋಧನಾಕಾರ, ಆತ್ಮ ಸಾಕ್ಷಾತ್ಕಾರ ತೋರುವ ಗುರುಗಳು. ಅವರ ವಿವೇಕದ ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ಅವರ ನಗುವಿನ ಆ ಸಂತಸ ಹಾಗೂ ಅವರ ಅದ್ವಿತೀಯ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಪ್ರಪಂಚದಾದ್ಯಂತ ಸುಮಾರು 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಜನರೊಡನೆ ಹಂಚಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದರು ಜೀವನ್ಮುಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಆನಂದಮಯ ಜೀವನಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಪರಿಹಾರಗಳ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತನಾಡಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಮರೆಯಲಾರದ ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಅನುಭವವನ್ನು ಕೈಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ ಬನ್ನಿ.
ಸರ್ವಧರ್ಮ ಪ್ರಣೇತಾರಂ ಸಚ್ಚಿದಾನಂದರೂಪಿಣಂ ವಂದೇ ಸನಾತನಂ ಪುಣ್ಯಂ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದಾಯ ಸ್ವಾಗತಂ. ವೇದ ವೇದಾಂತ ಸಂವೇದ್ಯಂ ದೇವದೇವಿ.
The sacred secret. First thing, your death is not end of your life. Second, you take another one body. Third, in that body also, you don't lose anything you accumulated in the inner world or the outer world. Just as the embodied one goes through tenderness of boyhood, bloom of youthfulness, and infirmity of old age, in this body, in the same manner, it takes on another body. Why you don't cry every morning that I am not the same person as yesterday? Because you believe the percentage of change is only 1%, the percentage of continuity is 99%. That is why, see, every day the change is very little. Every year the change can be like a 5%. See, every day if you see a change, if you see the percentage of change, it can come only 0.1%. If you see every year, it can be considered as 5%. Sorry, you can't even say 5%, 1%. If you keep average 100 years as a life. So every day change is only 0.1%. If I have to go to a proper mathematics, it can be 0.365%. Every year the change can be considered into 1%. If I keep 100 years as the average life, which is not, but which is supposed to be. So even if I keep 100 years, so the change per day is 0.365%, per year is 1%. That is why you feel safe, you don't feel any danger, Because the percentage of continuity is too much. The percentage of change is very less, negligible. If you compare with your conscious level, death also, the percentage of change is too negligible. Please understand. You compare based on whatever you feel as you. What you feel as you, your body and mind. So today morning you wake up and see, I feel this body and mind as me. So based on this understanding, the yesterday and today, the change is negligible. So I don't need to cry, worry about it. I can carry on. I am continuing. This is the reason or the conclusion or the logic with which you come to the clarity you are safe. All you need is just a small cognitive shift in what you feel as you. If I keep 100 years as the span, the change per day is actually only 0.0027%. 0.0027%. That's it. So that is the reason you feel the change is negligible. I can continue. Life is safe. Understand, all you need is one small cognitive shift. Instead of you feeling your body and mind, if you feel you are the mixture of body, mind and consciousness, you are totality of all these three, immediately, even when the death happens, you will feel, wow, the change is only 0.0027%. Let me continue. The percentage of continuity is more than the percentage of change. That is why in the Smritis, in Vedic etymology, what is the word for the Vedic science of time, the chronometry of Vedic tradition, we say for the person who is awakened, Dvija, twice born, for him one life is one day. 1 year is just one day. For Devas, 1 year is one day. For the awakened one life is one day.
ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಎಂದರೇನು? ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ಮನುಷ್ಯನಲ್ಲೂ ಸುಪ್ತವಾಗಿ ಅಡಗಿರುವ ಅಸಾಧಾರಣ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯವೇ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ. ಒಬ್ಬ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಗುರುಗಳ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಯಿಂದ ಈ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಜಾಗೃತಗೊಳಿಸಬಹುದು. ಒಮ್ಮೆ ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಜಾಗೃತಗೊಂಡರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನದ ಪ್ರತಿ ಕ್ಷೇತ್ರಗಳಲ್ಲೂ ಪರಿವರ್ತನೆ ತರುವ ಶಕ್ತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಹಾಗೂ ಅದು ನಿಮಗೆ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ, ಸಂಪತ್ತು, ಯಶಸ್ಸು, ಸಂತೋಷಭರಿತ ಸಂಬಂಧಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಆಧ್ಯಾತ್ಮಿಕ ಜ್ಞಾನೋದಯವನ್ನು ತಂದುಕೊಡುತ್ತದೆ. ಧ್ಯಾನ ಹಾಗೂ ದೀಕ್ಷೆಗಳ ಶಕ್ತಿಯ ಬಳಕೆಯನ್ನು ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಕುಂಡಲಿನಿ ಜಾಗೃತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಇಳುಕು ನೋಟವನ್ನು ಕಲ್ಪತರು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಅನುಭವಿಸಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ರೂಪಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಪ್ರತಿ ವಾರಾಂತ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಥಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನಪೀಠ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಗರ, ಬಿಡದಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು.
The Vedic chronometry, science of measurement of time, we say, if your concept of who you are, if that gets expanded, the time span available for you becomes more. As long as you think you are only body and mind, you have only 100 years maximum to live. The moment you start understanding you are body, mind and conscious also, I am not saying you are not body and the mind. I am saying you are more consciousness, less body and mind. Then even the change of body you will feel, wow, the change is only 0.0027%. The continuity is huge. Why bother? This is all Krishna is trying to tell Arjuna. Such a simple but sacred secret. But your convoluted logic, perverted logic, which is made to believe by other perverted logics, the ignorance which you inherited by the wrong social setup, that there is no life after your death, is responsible for your intense fear. People who put fear in your brain are criminals. They are not only anti-social, anti-cosmic constitutional. They are not only anti-country constitution, they are anti-cosmic constitution. If you feel Krishna is beloved, realize the sacred secrets he is revealing to his close friend who is beloved also. I think Gopikas have missed little bit by being too fanatic beloved. They are not ready to learn from Krishna. If they could have learned from Krishna, there wouldn't have been a need for Krishna to go to Dwarka and create a new city. He would have expanded Vrindavan, lived with all these Gopikas forever till he left the body. It's so unfortunate. They decided not to listen, learn from Krishna. Only Arjuna received Gita finally. Gopikas have missed it. Don't be blinded by too much of love. Love is only supposed to make you centered, make you feel connected, to listen and receive the great truths and experiences from the Master. It should not become a blinding. See, for the horses, in Indian villages I have seen, for the horses, they will put a kind of a blind so that they don't look this side and that side, they see the path straight and go straight. Love should be just like that blind. If it becomes too much, it can cover the eyes. It should not cover it. You need to know the sacred secrets from this verse. Visualize, you are sitting all alone with me. I don't need to convince yourself about my greatness. I don't need to sell myself to you. You are already convinced about me and you. You are in a complete receptive mood and you wanted the truth desperately as it is. And you want to come out of the great confusion with which you are going up and down, the cycle of confusion in which you are caught, and you are begging me, Swamiji, please liberate me from this torture of ignorance, the pain of ignorance, it is too much. Tell me the reality. In that mood, if I am holding your hand and uttering this word, how receptive you will be. Receive it with that mood. Don't waste your time waiting for that mood to happen. Don't wait till you are carried to the church by 4 people. Better you yourself go. Same way, don't wait for the desperation and depression to happen to be receptive to all these great truths. You can start receiving from now the sacred secret from this great verses. Just like your body passes through the changes, when you are assuming a body, the beautiful word Bhagavan uses here to mean consciousness, he says, Dehinaha, embodied person. He is not saying body. Embodied being. The consciousness which is embodied, just like how you go through childhood, youth and old age, same way you just go through death and pass into another one body. When you think you have only 10 acre, even if somebody takes away 10 cent, you will feel miserable. When you think you have 1,000 acres, even if somebody catches 1 acre, you don't mind. Because you think the percentage of stability is more and the percentage of change is less in the childhood, youth and old age, you are not suffering. You feel the continuity is happening. All you need is a small cognitive shift. I am consciousness also. Then you will realize, even during death, the percentage of change is only 0.0000001%, 0.0000001% only. So, you will not fear. You will not be perplexed. Here, Krishna says, the awakened one who knows this does not get perplexed by these changes. Who is that awakened one? Who understands his consciousness also. Just sit few minutes, relaxing in the presence of the Bhagavan. The energy which comes down again and again to planet Earth as incarnation to raise the consciousness of humanity, the energy which claimed it land again and again, and which is fulfilling its claim and landing again and again in the planet Earth. Relax into that energy.
ಖಿನ್ನತೆ ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕೊಲ್ಲುತ್ತಿದೆಯೇ? ಭವಿಷ್ಯವನ್ನು ಎದುರಿಸಲು ನಿಮಗೆ ಭಯವಾಗುತ್ತಿದೆಯೇ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಹಿಂದಿನ ನೆನಪುಗಳು ನಿಮ್ಮನ್ನು ಕಾಡುತ್ತಿವೆಯೇ? ಇವೆಲ್ಲಕ್ಕೂ ಮೂಲ ಕಾರಣ ಬಾಲ್ಯದಿಂದಲೇ ಸಮಾಜವು ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸಿರುವ ನಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕವಾದ ಮನೋವೃತ್ತಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆಗಳಿಂದ ಹೊರಬರಲು ಒಂದೇ ಮಾರ್ಗವೆಂದರೆ ಈ ನಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕ ಮನೋವೃತ್ತಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಾಶಗೊಳಿಸುವುದು. ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಸ್ಫುರಣ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮ ಪ್ರಬಲಯುಕ್ತವಾದ ಧ್ಯಾನ ತಂತ್ರಗಳ ಹಾಗೂ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಗಳ ಮೂಲಕ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಳವಾಗಿ ಬೇರೂರಿರುವ ನಕಾರಾತ್ಮಕ ಮನೋವೃತ್ತಿಗಳಿಂದ ಮುಕ್ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲು ಸಹಾಯ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ.
Your life is basically bliss. Anything you feel other than bliss is a samskara, engraved memory. These 4 days I am going to remove those engraved memories from you.
ಮಗುವಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ನೀವು ಅನುಭವಿಸಿದ ಆ ನಿರ್ಮಲವಾದ ಮುಗ್ಧತೆಯ ಆನಂದವನ್ನು ಮತ್ತೆ ಕಂಡುಕೊಳ್ಳಲು ಒಂದು ಮಹತ್ತರವಾದ ಅವಕಾಶ. ದಿನಾಂಕ ಮಾರ್ಚ್ 1 ರಿಂದ 4, 2012. ಸ್ಥಳ ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ಧ್ಯಾನಪೀಠ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದಪುರಿ, ನಿತ್ಯಾನಂದ ನಗರ, ಮೈಸೂರು ರಸ್ತೆ, ಬಿಡದಿ, ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು. ದೂರವಾಣಿ ಸಂಖ್ಯೆ 1800-425-22333, 0974-220-3311.
Just because you have food, shelter, everything is there, don't think you will be in peace. Even after that, they will create problem. Because they can't be without suffering. Suffering is, in a way, part and parcel of their life. See, suffering does not happen by the outer karanas, reasons. The reasons of the outer does not bring suffering. It is the frequency in which you live that is responsible for suffering. See, whenever they took photograph, see, photography entered his life in a very late. Because those days, when he was young, there was no photography. Only when he was old, there was photography. When he was old, naturally, he had the habit of lying down during the darshan. So, because all his photograph shows he was lying, they thought whole life he was lying down. No, that is the big problem. Unimaginable. I used to give many instances. There are 2-3 buildings in Ramanashram which was built by hand by him. And when the publication department started, when people send money for books, he will parcel books. And when the proofreading, he will sit and go through every line. Every day morning he will get up, read newspaper. Those days, only 1 or 2 daily. One in Tamil, one in English may be available in Thiruvannamalai. Maximum, I am saying. So he will get 1 copy of Tamil newspaper, English newspaper and read. Then have his washing, cleaning and everything, and then go to his mother's samadhi. Then go to the kitchen and do his morning routine, cooking, cleaning the vessels, everything. Through this verse, Bhagavan is saying, even if you are enlightened being or an incarnation, continue to work. He says very clearly, even if enlightened beings, if they stop working, world will start following that mold. Because world is waiting for something wrong to be done by enlightened beings, so that they can justify now all their actions with that. Ramakrishna used to eat only once, noon time. Sharada Devi will eat only once in the night time. Vivekananda will eat only once morning time. One Ramakrishna Mission sadhu told me, I follow Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, Sharada Devi, all 3. Sri Ramakrishna. Why? He became enlightened. Why don't you follow that? Vivekananda did so much of good work. Why don't you follow that? In those days, he was master of philosophy. He was not an ordinary. He has not got, I don't think he has got any degrees, big degrees and all that. But master in philosophy. Almost all available philosophies of those days, whether it's Eastern or Western, he has mastered. Just 9 years of public life. 32 he came to public. 39 he passed away. That's all. Totally 9 years. In the beginning of the 32, he came to the public life. When the 32 was starting, when the beginning of the 40, he left the body. Totally 9 years. Little less than 9 years maybe. That's all his public life is. In that 9 years, what he wrote, what he spoke, it's available as a 9 volumes, complete works of Swami Vivekananda. To master that, I tell you, will take at least 10 years for you guys. Just to read and understand what he did in 9 years will take 10 years. A powerful work. Unfortunately, we don't want to follow the complicated things done by enlightened beings. We just wait, watch, follow exactly what we want, so that we can justify. Through this sutra, you need to understand 3 things. 1, don't do just what masters do. Do what they say. Because what you need to do for your frequency, they may not be doing from their frequency. What they are doing in their frequency may not be good if you do from your frequency. Human mind. If incarnations and masters do not engage in work with alertness, being productive with alertness, then human beings will completely follow the same thing. And the whole humanity will be just lazy bums, not being useful to themselves unto society. I tell you, laziness is the poison out of which all those things happen. All those things expresses from that one poison called laziness. For instance, O Partha, if at all I do not choose to be productive with alertness, then human beings will completely follow the path of being unproductive on my basis. Continuously be productive, constantly share all the great things you have with the world. If you have the body, use this body to do good to the world. If you have mind, use that to do good to the world. If you have wealth, use that to do good to the world. Every capacity you have, use that to do good to the world. Every skill you have, use that to do good to the world. Continuously be productive. Let your every breath be productive. Let your every action be productive.